Hello world, this is Marcel with CyberGate Studio. Welcome to another video. As you may have heard, recently the US Congress has overturned the privacy protections previously in place that kept ISPs from tracking, storing, and selling our personal internet data. That roughly translates to an ISP like, say, Comcast, can now track your search history, websites visited, and personal information submitted, like on your Facebook posts, pictures, YouTube stuff, or more serious stuff like banking information. Every time you purchase something, you have to put in your credit card information. That information can be tracked and stored. And all that information being stored on their data centers and even sold to a third-party vendor, like for marketing, for example, targeted ads and so on, all without the customer's permission. This also becomes an attractive target to potential hackers looking for personal data to steal. Now, I hear you. That sounds awful, and I totally agree. But it's not all hopeless. Enter Tor. Now, I know all of you who already know what it is. I'm sure you are aware that it has weaknesses. It doesn't totally mask all internet usage from your ISP like a complete VPN would, but if you take the necessary precautions, Tor is a free and easy way to browse the web without your ISP knowing every single move and logging it, which is scary. So let's first take a look at how this works on Windows. So first, let's go ahead and open a browser. Go to https://torproject.org, not .com, .org. So go ahead and go there, download the Tor browser. And what this is, it's an onion network. So the whole point is that it encrypts your data, goes to one server, then bounces to another, again encrypted, bounces to another, and then eventually from that last, node, it then unencrypts or decrypts and then goes to the internet. Those series of encrypted bounces help keep you anonymous. It's much more difficult to track. And now, of course, if you're transferring massive amounts of data, it will become much easier to track. So after you download it, you click install, and you get this page here. So you can either connect directly or configure a bridge. A bridge will help your ISP or keep your ISP from knowing, unless the ISP already knows all the bridges that you're using. It'll keep your ISP from knowing that you're using a Tor browser. Whereas a direct connection, the ISP will know that you're using a Tor browser, but can't necessarily read everything from it. So this is the Tor browser. It is a flavor of Firefox, or based on Firefox, with a bunch of other security, settings, configurations built in. You can see there's a bunch of different operating systems. You can go ahead and donate. Maybe if you're a programmer, you can volunteer some of your services and whatnot. Now, the Tor browser recommends and uses DuckDuckGo as its internet search engine. DuckDuckGo is essentially Google, but does not track any of your data. So that means you're not going to have intelligent searching in the sense of personalized searching. So Google will take into account your other search queries and your maybe your history in with your search, and so it'll kind of give you a biased result. DuckDuckGo will give you a pure result. So sometimes it's not quite as accurate for your search, but then again, it's also unbiased. So maybe it'll give you things that you would otherwise not see. So see here, I went ahead and searched for my personal website. Now you'll notice there's a lot of spinning. Now that could be part of two factors. Number one, you see all these jumps. It's going to what? France, Netherlands. Then it's jumping around like crazy to all these different servers, and then finally gets to the internet. So you're taking a huge long path. You're going to have performance and latency issues, or at least impacts. Tor is not the fastest way to browse. But it does make it more secure. And then plus, this is also running in a virtual machine, so there's a little bit of slowness there, because my server's not super powerful and set up for really awesome stuff like this. But see, you can watch YouTube in your browser. You know, a lot of the features you're really not restricted too heavily, but see, going to my website, you will have, really any website, you'll have at least 4 jumps. Now I went ahead and closed it and opened it again, and you'll see each time you open it, it'll connect, and it'll do its little, you know, setting itself up and configuring, and then it'll start. Now, Windows has major weaknesses. I'm not sure to what extent Mac does it, but Windows sends telemetry data. Even when you tell it not to, there's still some data. It's phoning home all the time. So see here, on Linux, you can control your when you phone home and whatnot. So what you'll do is you will go ahead and download, then open up Terminal is the fastest way. I know how to do it. Navigate to the downloaded file, which could be in your downloads folder, for example. So you'll just cd/download, or not /downloads, cd downloads. You go ahead and unpack using the command that you just saw on the screen. Go ahead and pause and rewind if you need to see it a little bit slower. That'll unpack it, and then you can either, or I like to remove the tar.xz file and just keep the folder. Now navigate to your extracted folder. Go ahead and do a /start, or at least / the actual browser, or you can just navigate using your typical file manager to your downloads folder where you extracted that tar file, and double click. So this will connect you to the Tor browser just like you would in any other way. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind is how to use the Tor browser. There are some rules that you want to make sure you follow. One example is, use the Tor browser. So just a pure onion network can't protect all your internet traffic. The Tor browser is configured so that it will keep your privacy a bit more secure, but then also warn you when things aren't always secure. It'll try its best. Now, obviously, it's not going to catch everything, but it'll try. Another thing is, don't torrent or download massive files over Tor, but torrenting specifically will give your real IP address away no matter how many times you jump around. Next, don't enable or install browser plugins. So things like Flash, Real-Time Player, QuickTime, they can all be hacked or manipulated in some way to get you to reveal your IP address. Not good. That'll bypass the Tor browser's security. So use HTTPS versions of websites. So HTTPS will encrypt your traffic to that website. So that'll keep you protected. There are browser extensions. This is kind of an exception to the extension. HTTPS everywhere. Go ahead and download that to Chrome or whatever browser you're using. It's very important whether you're using Tor or not. Tor browser has that built in, so it's not, you don't have to actually go and get a new extension for that. Don't open documents downloaded through Tor while online. So let's say you download a PDF, but in that PDF it's got links and other stuff, data that it pulls from the internet. It'll connect to the internet in an insecure way. It defeats the whole purpose. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Comment below, let me know. Are you worried about cybersecurity? Are you worried? Is this stuff interesting to you? Do you care about Linux? Do you care about, I imagine if you got this far, you definitely wanted to know this information. Has this helped you? Is it worth the performance loss and the speed loss for using a Tor browser to keep your traffic private? Or is that too much of an inconvenience and you'd rather just give the ISP all your personal information and get the fastest speeds possible? Let me know in the comment below. And while you're down there, go ahead and like and subscribe for more content coming your way.